It's time now to shift our focus to the river. When playing a small ball brand of poker, your goal with a lot of the marginal hands you'll be playing is simply to get to the river without investing too high a percentage of your chip stack. Unless you actually have a monster hand and then you want to build a pot in order to get maximum value for your hand. Now, since your table image is likely going to be one where people suspect you'd be bluffing a lot throughout the hand, the river is not the time to make them right. With the small ball approach, your bluffing frequency should be lower than if you were playing a more traditional style. The key reason for that is simply because people are going to lean towards calling you more often since you're playing more than your fair share of hands. If you watch some of the world's best no-limit hold'em tournament players, you'll notice that on the river, they don't bluff nearly as often as you think because they understand that once an opponent has played a hand all the way to the river, he's likely going to see it through to the end if he has any kind of a hand. Gus Hansen would be an excellent example of a player who personifies that wild and crazy image, but if you watch his play more closely, you'd see that while he'll raise with hands like 9-deuce and 10-4, rarely will you see him wasting large amounts of chips on the river as a pure bluff. It's an understanding of table image that forces Gus to have the goods on the river if he bets, because he's created an image that will get him more action. So it's no coincidence that Gus is one of the most successful tournament players of all time. His approach to the game has a lot of merit. So with that, we understand that the river isn't a time for wild, sophisticated bluffs, although we'll do that sporadically in the perfect situations when the time is right. Instead, the river is a time to extract full value for your strong hands, to avoid losing more chips than necessary, and also to induce bluffs from opponents who think you're weak.